Luka Doncic, the All-NBA star for the Lakers, has signed a max contract extension, and this is 6 months to the day that he was traded to the Lakers.
When you look at all the banners that are here and all the great names that are on the walls, how does it make you feel?
It's an honor, obviously. I want to add one more up there, so that's what we're working for.
And when you see Luka setting the bar, looking in shape, the league is in trouble.
What kind of year do you expect out of Luka?
MVP candidate.
What a Luka Magic on display.
Angry.
Doncic. You know he wants to make a statement.
Destroyer.
Doncic steps back. He's red hot. He's at his best. Stop it. Stop it.
Honestly, I think we have what we need to compete for the championship. You know we're going to go for it.
Welcome to NBA Today.
All right, welcome into NBA Today. Amina Smith filling in for Malika Andrews. And yeah, rain and money. Luka Doncic and the Lakers have agreed to a 3-year, $165 million max extension with a player option in 2028. Luka spoke to the media on Saturday after putting pen to paper. Take a listen.
I was kind of thinking, even obviously not at the moment when I got traded, but later on when I started playing, I wanted to be here. Like I said, this is an amazing organization. We have a trust in each other, so I decided pretty quick. It's an honor, playing for this organization. Many, many great players played here, so obviously when you look up here, so many great names and what they achieved, I want to be up there too one day.
Let's welcome in our senior insider, Charania. And Shams, how did Luka and the Lakers come to an agreement on the first day he was eligible to sign that max extension?
It starts with Luka Doncic himself committing and finishing really this coronation of him as a franchise player for the Los Angeles Lakers moving forward 6 months to the day that he was traded in arguably the most stunning sports deal ever. And listen, Lakers general manager Rob Pelinka, Luka Doncic's agent Bill Duffy, they've met and spoke on Saturday morning, but this is a pretty quick negotiation. It's been emotional last half year for Luka Doncic ever since that trade to the Lakers from Dallas. And what we've seen from Jeannie Buss, Rob Pelinka, then Mark Walter, the new owner there in LA, is building that relationship with Luka Doncic and his inner circle, a close rapport there. And he could have been a free agent next summer, but he commits to this 3-year, $165 million deal. And the question is, why the 3 years? And it's because this summer, he was in line for $345 million Supermax deal if he was still a Dallas Maverick. Obviously, he was traded to the Lakers, and by getting that player option in 2028, he's going to have 10 years of service. He'll be able to opt out and be eligible for a 5-year, $417 million deal when he'll be able to recoup all the money that he lost by virtue of missing that Supermax. So some business sense, but there was going to be some level of commitment with Luka Doncic at some point this offseason. 3 years, 165.
Look, all I hear is a lot of M's and also just a new dawn here in L.A. Shams with the latest. Don't go too far. All right, the Luka extension has been a key point for the Lakers this offseason, and now they have him locked in through the 2028-29 season, which is a player option. Now with Luka in L.A. for the foreseeable future, here he is on his mindset after the new deal.
Yeah, honestly, I think we have a great team. We have what we need to compete for the championship. I'll bring, we're already, broad, try to win every game, no matter what. And, we got some new great guys being on the team, and, we're going to go for it.
All right, now welcome in our two senior writers, Ramona Shelburne and Marc Spears. Ramona, you can hear the urgency in Luka Doncic's voice right there. What's your biggest takeaway from this extension?
This feels like Luka Doncic's team now. Like, he isn't just the guy that got traded to the Lakers. He isn't the guy who is figuring out what the heck happened and why Dallas traded him. He is the face of the Lakers now, and he was embracing it. Like, he chose them. And I think this was a remarkable job of relationship building over the last 6 months by the Lakers. Because you have to remember, this man went through an ownership change in Dallas. Mark Cuban sold the team, and everybody in the thought was nothing was going to change there either. And, oh, guess what? Everything changed.
Yeah.
Mark Cuban was not running the Dallas Mavericks very quickly soon thereafter. And so he's got, I wouldn't blame him for having trust issues, okay? Like the Lakers have been sold now, or they're going to be sold to Mark Walter, and Jeannie Buss is transferring power to Mark Walter over the course of a 5-year period or so. But over these 6 months that he's been here, he had to A, wrap his head around what just happened, B, embrace Los Angeles and decide, do I want to be here long term? And probably most importantly, do I trust these people? And so you got to give Rob Pelinka, JJ Redick, Jeannie Buss, and Mark Walter, who has had not just this meeting with him at the contract signing in the Backstreet Boys concert, but other meetings with his representatives to say you can trust them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to beg to differ with you.
Okay.
As long as LeBron James is in that locker room, they're co-stars. He ain't the face yet.
Yeah.
When LeBron leaves, I'll take the crown off and hand it over to Luka. And that was the elephant in the room there, right? Where was LeBron James at? I actually think it was a good thing that he wasn't there. I love that Luka got that amazing support from his teammates, and, you know, maybe that Backstreet Boys ticket and PJ to Vegas, like that might, like, you know what, I think I will go. But like if LeBron's there, then it takes the spotlight off of Luka a little bit. He deserved his day to be the guy, to enjoy his contract, to get the praise for that, to go to this I don't know that LeBron James wanted to go see Backstreet Boys either.
Probably not.
But
is rocking out. Look at
I know, right?
But I did hear, I think Dave McMenamin has reported that LeBron called. And to me, that's the respect that he needed to show. So
LeBron James, if LeBron wanted to be there, he would be there. I have been to many Laker press conferences where
he wasn't at his son's first preseason game.
Okay,
he was with Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico.
Do you remember when Frank Vogel was hired? It was after the summer where Magic had quit.
But why?
And they
tried why was he there?
Because he wanted to show support.
Why?
Because it was his team.
But it was drama going on, right?
Yeah, because Magic had stepped down.
Yeah.
And then they went through a very strange coaching search where they didn't hire his guy, Tyronn Lue.
Yeah.
And they ended up with Frank Vogel and LeBron, and there had been things that had been uncomfortable between the sides. And LeBron very clearly showed up, and he was wearing like a neon pink hat. At that press conference.
Sure
like, hey, by the way, I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm showing my
But
support.
with his drama with the team right now, I think it would have taken away from Luka's press conference if he was there.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think he made the right decision.
I feel like you win and you lose in both situations.
He can't, because of who he is, right?
Yeah, because of who LeBron is, it doesn't even matter. If he shows up, it could be a bad thing because he's trying to, take the spotlight. Or if he doesn't show up, it's a bad thing now because now you're not in supporting Luka Doncic. So I guess it's a lose-lose situation.
But the fact that he called.
I think that's a big deal.
He called. He reached out, and that's really that's all that matters. All right, and check this out. After the extension, Luka put this out on X saying, "I'm also committing $5 million to help 77 young athletes around the world chase their dreams, just like I did. Basketball gave me everything, and I'm lucky to be able to give back and help the next generation." Great to see Luka giving back and setting up the next generation of ballers. You can see it right there. Laker Nation was fired up on social media once Luka officially put pen to paper over the weekend. This is just a taste of what your timeline probably looked like when you logged on Saturday. And I know the first thing that I did when the news broke was check with our front office insider, Bobby Marks, on social media to see the ins and outs of this contract. So, Bobby, how did the Lakers maybe build from this point on with this Luka extension?
I mean, I go back to that press conference on Saturday, certainly when Rob Pelinka addressed all the moves they've made. And the one thing that stood out is that they are not content, right? They're happy as far as what they had, but there's still work to do. And I think there's still a checklist here. So for me, it's the 4 things certainly to keep an eye on when this season gets going. The first is pre-free agency, I call it. Should they get a jump start on next offseason? Remember, there's 3 players on expiring contracts: Rui Hachimura, Maxi Kleber, Gabe Vincent, $40 million in expiring contracts. Can they parlay that into a player that can help now and also next year? The second, do the picks have value? They have a 2031 or 2032 first-round pick. They have pick swaps in 5 years. They only have 1 second-round pick. We saw them as certainly aggressive in that failed Mark Williams trade last February. The third thing, is cap space a priority? The Lakers are in the driver's seat next offseason, projected $50 million in cap space next in 2027, $100 million. That is when Giannis and Nikola Jokic could become free agents. But remember, we've seen potential free agents not become free agents with extensions. We just saw De'Aaron Fox come off the board. And then the fourth thing is the most important. How does LeBron and what does his future play into the role moving forward? On the last year of his contract, we know definitely he will be an unrestricted free agent this offseason.
So it feels like the Lakers still have a lot of work to do this offseason and going into next season. But Bobby Marks, the checklist is good. Thanks so much for the insight right there. And you aren't the only one who has questions about LeBron's future. Here's David McMenamin asking Rob Pelinka about that very topic at the presser.
Do you anticipate LeBron finishing his career with the Lakers?
Yeah, so all the interactions we've had with LeBron and his camp, Rich in particular, have been positive and supportive. So very professional, and Rich has been great. The dialogue with him has been open and constant. So that to answer that question. And then in terms of LeBron's career, I think the number one thing we have to do there is respect he and his family's decision in terms of how long he's going to play. I think that's first and foremost. And we want to respect his ability to come up with his timetable on that. I think that's really important. But if he had a chance to retire a Laker, that would be great.
All right, let's bring in the man who asked that question. David McMenamin here with us covering the Lakers. And Dave, everyone took a notice that LeBron was not at that Luka presser. What message is being sent there?
Well, I mean, I can report, according to several sources, that LeBron on Saturday morning, after Luka Doncic inked his contract extension officially, and before he went and greeted us reporters and actually took a photo with a bunch of his teammates, LeBron James FaceTimed Luka to congratulate him on the deal. And certainly, as Ramona alluded to, LeBron has done so much to support Luka in welcoming him to LA since the trade in early February. He spoke about his willingness to play off ball. Obviously, that first game that Luka played at Crypto.com Arena, LeBron James was not the last Laker introduced in the starting lineup. That honor went to Luka as a show of a come on in, this is your team too. And the relationship between Luka Doncic and LeBron, I'm told, involves a lot of respect and reverence. The greater question is, where does LeBron stand with the Lakers? And I'm told that the statement that Rich Paul gave to Charania back in June when LeBron opted in still stands, that LeBron and his representatives will be monitoring the Lakers' moves that they make because they recognize that there's only a very limited amount of time left in his career, and he wants to be competing for championships, whatever time that is.
Yeah, so there's a bigger issue happening there between LeBron and the Lakers. And beyond who was and wasn't there, what stood out to you most about seeing Luka Doncic now versus the tail end of last season?
Well, certainly it wasn't smoke and mirrors, and it wasn't Photoshop in that Men's Health article and spread of photos. Luka Doncic looks fantastic. I didn't just see him in a suit on Saturday. Last night on Sunday, I saw him in a tracksuit downtown Los Angeles at a Jordan Brand event, a tracksuit and a T-shirt, and the guy looks confident. He's carrying himself, a little bit taller, making eye contact, more smiles. As Ramona mentioned, there was a degree of shell-shocked nature that he brought with him day in, day out that second half of the season after that trade from Dallas. He's a comfortable person right now. He looks great, and certainly I reported that with the work that he's doing to bring to this year's situation, he wants the Lakers to do that work as well. In a meeting with Rob Pelinka and JJ Redick back in May at a dinner, Luka Doncic told those decision makers for the Lakers, listen, I want to get back and win now. I've been to the finals before. I got a taste of it. I'm going to get back no matter what, but I want to be on board with you guys to let's be urgent about our opportunity right in front of us to get back as soon as possible.
No Photoshop in 2025, an anomaly. So we know that Luka Doncic, he's putting in the work for real. Dave McMenamin with the latest. All right.